Well, last night's Tenpai Dragon cards have sent a few things up into the warning zone. To be expected, I suppose. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. I gotta talk about Terminal World over here. You know that card that skips your opponent's main phase 2? And, basically you just force them into a battle phase, and then you force them, main phase 2, into end phase. Well, what if, there was now an actual application to be able to use Terminal World here? The real main things that kind of promote, dangerous side effects with, this broken card usually are the Bamboo Sword for skipping a main phase, or now, in this case, a Tenpai Dragon Trap card that now has a text that says, hey, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can suddenly skip that main phase and force them into the battle phase. Well, if you have the big Tenpai Dragon on the field, then they're forced to attack the big Tenpai Dragon. This is kind of getting a little bit out of hand in terms of the ideas that are popping around here, but to be honest with you, it's kind of the same thing that we've been genuinely expecting out here. It's just very powerful cards doing their thing. On this same thing here, we've got, Thunder of Ruler being talked about now as well. It's like, what if, you skip their main phase, but you have Thunder of Ruler up? Well, rules of the game say, you have to be able to go to battle phase to go to main phase 2. So if I Thunder of Ruler you while, we have that trap set, that means no battle phase, your main phase is done, you're entirely turn skipped. I love how this deck has just found the most brutally disgusting ways to, force players into these really weird positions and just stripping them of their chance to play. And that's honestly what Tenpai Dragon's starting to feel like it's doing here. It is chipping away at the game, and I mean, it's cool that it made the battle phase relevant again, for sure. But I can tell you, a lot of people are not very excited for this. Now, I gotta talk about Dragon Maid over here, because for those of you that don't know, the little Doki Doki guy can add any level 4 lowered, fire dragon monster from your deck to your hand. And that is indirectly related to Dragon Maids, because you have a searcher for kitchen. Is that a good or a bad thing? I mean, it's consistency. All right, I'm not going to sit here and I'm not going to lie to you. I think Pogi Draco, the little cute guy, seeing play in, actual Value Town Dragon Maids, I don't foresee it happening. But on that same equation, though, if, you suddenly see, hey, we just got support for Fire Durgans, and everybody's going to be like, oh, so excited. And we're also still expecting later this year, because it is Year of the Dragon, after all, we're still fully expecting Konami to, plop out a new Dragon Maid, all right? Like, this is not unheard of at this point in time. Actually, we've been extremely hyped about this, and I guess this is your warning sign to kind of pay attention to what's going on here in the world of Dragon Maids and probably act sooner than later. Now, I mean, you've got plenty of reprints. I don't think anything in the Dragon Maid sphere should go too sideways, but this is Yu-Gi-Oh! All right, we'll see people buying out the dumbest things some days, and with all of that craze and all of that hype does tend to bring in, wow, I wasn't aware this was coming. Yes, you knew. Papa Robbie here, telling you guys, hey, you got Dragon Maid support yesterday indirectly. If the wheels in your head going round and round, haven't, clicked that, we're still expecting a new Dragon Maid card for Year of the Dragon, get on it, all right? If not, well, suffer. Enjoy the buyouts as they come much, much later on in the course of this. Now, over the weekend here, Chainbur went crazy for, we'll talk about the Philly regional breakdown later in the week, because I want to showcase, the top cut, what it went on with, how this deck managed to find itself in, the top cut of things. And I'm pretty intrigued by the thought theory behind this, because with Paleozoic starting to show up out here and go, hey, back row decks are actually pretty decent this format. And that has kind of made a lot of people kind of go, okay, well, if Paleo's doing well, let's diverge a little bit. I actually don't think the reasoning was quite that solid. I actually do believe that the person was just like, I'm so sick of playing Yu-Gi-Oh! let's play Chainbur, and things just lined up so freakishly well on the RNG scale for them that they were able to take down a top cut finish with Chainbur. This isn't the first time that we've seen Chainbur kind of be the hero out here. I also know pesky Chainbur, what a real annoyance this is. I can't believe, people want to play, and it's like, no, you need to understand that people like different things. Yeah, Chainbur might be the villain from many years ago, but they're now the hero in the story because they're the thing that's, driving this format to look a little bit more fun to some people. But I wanted to plug in here and go, hey, your Chainbur cards, they exist. You know that there are all sorts of variations and things that you want to have out here. Now, was this a one and off? Anything's entirely possible. But if you're looking for something fun, budget to play at your locals, go give Chainbur a shot, all right? You can be that duelist, all right? And we've been a very long time since we've heard stories of that duelist. Also out of this regional weekend, we had Blackwings taking to the skies of the Michigan Regional out here, crushing the competition. And I'm not going to lie, I think this got a little bit overshadowed by Chainbur actually doing well, but Blackwings have been one of these decks, once again, it shows up out here, it does well, and then it goes back to being dormant for a little while. And I also don't think people understand that, having a full Armor Master being, the stupid good card it is, also, I don't think people... Are we going to blame this on people not knowing how to play against Blackwings? Is that what we're doing here? To be honest with you, I still don't know all the Blackwing lingo and everything that we're expecting to do out here via all these combo lines, but I think the biggest things to note here are unexpected deck, even though it's really... I almost want to put Blackwings in the lower tier point or 2.5 category, but they're probably truthfully about tier 2. They're one of those tier 2 decks that people go like this. They're like, nobody's going to play Blackwings today. Like, why would you do that? And then they play against Blackwings, and they're like, wow, this actually just destroyed me. I do believe out of that same regional, we had a Kashtira Monarch deck top as well. We had Sprite Adventure do its thing, and the attendance on this event was actually pretty big. This isn't one of those events that you discourage. Like, looking at Chainbur's top out here, it's Philly. Like, you're packing 400 plus people into that regional every single time. And for Chainbur to climb over all of that, like, I give this format a lot of crap, and I really do. But if we're starting to see this level of degeneracy, and it just took this amount of time for it to start to actually happen, I am so impressed. Like, it's actually kind of insane to see what's happening. So that's your meta-relevant changes kind of out of the weekend here to talk about for pickups. And then Fallen of Albaz, good stuff. So we got the Maximus Dogmaticus 10,000. This is my shrine I keep in my basement, Mecha Lord Dragon Edition. And we still don't know if the TCG's getting this specialty product. It would be actually awesome. I guess the real question is, would the TCG pay $200 for one-ofs of all the Albaz stuff? I'm sure it would sell. I'm also pretty sure on the secondary market, all that stuff would just, creep up over time. It's honestly my opinion here. But looking at this for now, I just want to give a general consensus to keep an eye on the Fallen of Albaz stuff. We've seen Mirjade go toxic every other week out here. So many people really do believe in this deck, and it's pretty impressive to see the love that is still available out here for Fallen of Albaz. And I gotta give it up for the community, man. Yeah, I'm impressed. I really am. So overall, keep an eye on the Fallen of Albaz stuff. Things will be dependent if the TCG gets this product. If not, I know people are going to port it over just to be able to enjoy it. But for all intents and purposes, we will have to wait and see, how this goes. But for now, I'm going to leave you with this thought. There's a lot of crap happening right now. There's going to be a lot of crap happening for the rest of this week. All right? Be patient. Get your wallets ready if there's something that you're looking at getting. If not, suffer. God, Hearthstone has been stuck in my head all week. You guys have a good rest of your day, all right? Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.